Oh, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because we're doing another album reaction video. Today we're reacting to one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time, Marina. She has just dropped her new album today, Ancient Dreams in Modern Land, and I'm super excited to dig into this. Marina's music has always been very close to my heart. I've been following her since the Family Jewels. I've seen her live 3 times during the Electra Heart era, Fruit era, and Love and Fear era. And I could say that her music has been the soundtrack to many important moments in my life. This album I'm really excited about for several different reasons. Like many of you, I'd already heard the first 4 singles when they dropped, and I think those singles are amazing. They're super energetic, passionate, unique. A lot of people compare them to the Family Jewels, and I would agree. I think in terms of the energy she's bringing, she's quirky, she has all the Marina-isms. You know, the Love and Fear album may have been a comeback for her after a long break, but I think this album may be her return to form, and I have a good feeling. With the 4 songs that have been released, I really love the energy. I love how strong and empowering they are. I love how she's not afraid to make a statement. I love the rock and punk aspects of them. And just like Fruit, this is an album where she wrote all the songs by herself, and she did quite a bit of the co-producing on the album, which I was excited to read. And another thing I like about the 4 singles is that the music videos are iconic. The imagery, I love the retro fashions. I like the mix of retro and futurism. So without further ado, let's dive into the album. The first track is Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, and this is a song that we've already heard. Alright, so that's an amazing song. I think it's the perfect introduction to the album. It really sets a mood. Out of the songs of the album that I've already heard, I would say that this song, along with Purchase the Poison, are my absolute favorites. I love the rock energy, I love the deep lyrics. She's really not afraid to speak her mind, and I think all the lyrics are very relevant. You know, just like the chorus says, she's not her brain, she's not her DNA. I think she's saying she's in control of her life and her destiny, and it's not something that is set in stone. It's a really empowered song. I think it's so iconic, the main melodic hook of the song. It's a simple melody that follows throughout the entire song in different iterations. It does not get old at all, and I still can't get enough of it. It's just a really flawless song. Production, the melody, her vocals, everything, lyrics. So the next song in the album is Venus Flytrap. This is a song whose music video premiered yesterday, and I'll have to be honest, I haven't heard it that many times, but I do quite enjoy the song. So without further ado, let's listen to this track. Alright, so that's another great song. I would say this one is definitely growing on me quite a bit with repeated listens. I love how the intro and throughout the song there's a strong piano presence. And then as the song progresses, it kind of builds up. It has more of a rock edge. I love the kind of soft vocals that you get in the bridge and the outro. That's what I'm loving about this album so far. There's so many Marina-isms. It feels like, as a fan, it feels 100% like a Marina album. Unmistakably. And I really love how unique the chorus is, that quick delivery. It's really distinguished. And again, another very empowering song. The next track is our favorite feminist anthem, Man's World. Alright, so this is a really powerful song. I think lyrically it's up there with her most bold, socially conscious lyrics. And I like that the instrumentals are a little bit more stripped down for this song. It adds a nice contrast to the first tracks. Overall, it's a song that makes a powerful statement, and she succeeds to deliver that message with her delivery. Now the next track is Purge the Poison. I fell in love with this song immediately when the video came out. I just love the kind of cinematic vibe of the music video. It has kind of a fantasy, Wizard of Oz, Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of vibe, and I dig it. But without further ado, let's get into the song, Purge the Poison. Oh my god, I love that song. This is a song that I fell in love with immediately when I saw the music video. I just love the raw energy. Marina really does not give a F at this point in her life. While most of the response was positive, I did see some comments that said something to the effect of, I like, you know, everything about this song, but it's not really my style, or I think it's too fast. But I love the fastness. It has an aggressive feel to it that I think perfectly suits the lyrics and subject matter. Style-wise, I love it. I was raised on 80s post-punk, and I think this the style of the song is very reminiscent of that, and I just love everything about the song. Alright, so the next track is the first song so far that I'm hearing for the first time. This song is Highly Emotional People. Wow, relatable. Yes, yes, Marina. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay, that was a really powerful song. It really showcases how strong of a lyricist she is. She knows how to write lyrics that really pull at your heartstrings. And this is the first ballad on the album. Marina has proven herself to be an amazing songwriter when it comes to ballads. I like how the album so far, it's heavy in piano. As a fan of hers, I always love to hear her piano playing. And I just love the sentiment of the song. I always felt that this world needs to, you know, be more empathetic when it comes to sensitive people, because sensitive people are the movers and shakers of the world. The people who make the greatest impact in history, they all tend to be highly emotional, highly sensitive people. And this song, I think, is Marina really showing her support for emotional people. She's saying it's okay to open up, it's okay to be vulnerable, and don't be ashamed of being emotional. The next track on the list is called New America. I have a feeling it's gonna get pretty political. I love that instrumental. Gosh. Alright, so I expected the song to be very political and unfiltered, and she definitely delivered that. One thing that I was impressed with is, again, just like Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, the song has a really strong instrumental hook. I couldn't get enough of that hook. I thought it was a wonderful way to start the song. You know, lyrically, I think she covered everything. You know, America gave the world jazz, hip-hop, rock and roll, a white picket fence, but you have to own up to the negatives as well, and you know, you can't be hypocritical. It's important to be transparent, it's important to look at the problems and social issues, and for the last few years Marina has made America her home. She lives in LA as well as London still, I believe. So it's interesting to hear her take on the state of the country. The next song is called Pandora's Box. Of someone so unkind.
You opened up Pandora's box. You don't know what gave many vices. Like, can I swap your
Yes. Couldn't relate to that. Ooh. Wow. No, Marina, what a tearjerker. That was so intense. That song was beautiful. Again, so relatable. You know, like she said in the lyrics, everything else could be right about a person, but you know, it's their shadow, it's the things they do to hurt the other person that end up being the downfall of the relationship. And once you open that Pandora's box, it could be hard to go back to get things back the way they were, to regain trust from the other person. Like she said in the song, it's unfair for one person to have to endure all the pain in the relationship to keep things going, and sometimes you have to let it go at that point. I thought the lyrics for the song were really powerful. It kept me listening closely through the whole song. The next track is called I Love You, But I Love Me More. It sounds like it could be a continuing theme from the previous song. Why? Ooh, that was good. I love that outro. Alright, so this song is kind of a continuation from the themes of the last song. It sounds like in this song she's more started to move on, she's getting stronger, and she's not taking any crap anymore. Her partner might say they've changed, that they've transformed, but anyone with eyes could see that they're still up to the same shenanigans. Overall, you know, typical Marina, very powerful lyrics. I like that the instrumentals were a little straightforward in order to put more focus on the lyrics. I love around the bridge of the song, the guitar that pops in. I thought that sounded amazing. And I think the themes of the song are very empowering. I think for people who've been in that situation, you know, unfair relationship dynamics, I think this is the song they need. So the next song on the album is called Flowers.
Now we reach the end. I ran the marathon. If you just bought me, maybe I would have stayed. You know, but they never bloomed. And now my flowers. With every, I wouldn't have walked away. And that's no what parts were for sure. With every galaxy, I wouldn't have walked away.
Wow, so that was definitely the most stripped down arrangement that we've heard so far in this album. I'd also say it's the most vulnerable sounding song. I loved the piano arrangement. I thought that was beautiful. I loved the vocal layering, especially toward the end of the song. It's interesting, the whole start of the album, it was you know, really socially conscious and powerful, and the last three songs have been more about romance and more vulnerable. I get a sense from these lyrics, it's the relationship she's singing about. It sounds pretty codependent. It sounds like she's singing about a partner more who's lazy, who doesn't put in, you know, an effort, and she was kind of on the fence about, you know, whether to stay with this person or not. But however, I think it's best that she probably left, because it sounds like the dynamic was pretty codependent, and that's never good. Alright, so the final song on the album is called Goodbye, which I think is the perfect name for a final song. Wow. Aww. Ooh. at those strings. Wow, that was a great outro. Alright, so that was another super stripped down, super vulnerable song. And it very much continues the same theme as the last 3 songs. You know, she talks about a partner who lost the best thing they had, but in this case of this song, I think she's remembering the relationship more fondly. It's interesting how she says that this person is still her best friend, even though they're not going to speak again, which I think is true for a lot of relationships. You have to know when to say goodbye. It doesn't mean you don't still have love for the person, it's just looking out for yourself. You know, like she says in the song, she was everyone else's mom except her own. I think that was a powerful statement. I'm really happy that this was another song where it got to showcase Marina's piano skills. I thought that was beautiful. Overall, I thought it was a great closer to the album. So there you have it. That was the album Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. I love the album. I thought this was some of Marina's most powerful lyrics, and I couldn't find any single song where the lyrics were weak. Melodically, the arrangements were beautiful, some awesome production. I thought it was interesting how the album starts out very powerful and very much about empowerment and social change, and then the end it becomes a lot more personal and a lot more about romance, like relationships that don't work out. I just think that's a really interesting contrast. The beginning of the album is full of energy, it's full of detail, and it's really quirky and unique, and I love the instrumentation, the production. And then the second half of the album you get the more stripped back, which is no surprise because Marina, she's always done stripped down songs. She's always had, you know, a ballad or 2 at least on every album. I think this album definitely shows growth as a songwriter. It's an album where she wrote the lyrics and she wrote her vocal melodies 100% by herself, just like on Fruit. But I feel like it was stronger. There weren't any weak spots. I thought she made a lot of really powerful, important statements on the album, including the love songs at the end. I think they were really reflective. You know, they offered new insights that she didn't really cover necessarily in previous love songs. I'm someone who needs, you know, repeated listens in order to fully digest the album. I think this is definitely no exception to that rule. As far as favorite songs on the album, I would say Ancient Dreams and Modern Land is still one of my absolute favorites. Purge the Poison. I love the song Highly Emotional People. I think the lyrics really resonate with me. I also really loved Pandora's Box and the song I Love You But I Love Me More. I thought both of those tracks were really powerful, and they had some lyrics that could give a lot of solace to people. You know, it's very relatable lyrics. Again, I think this album is very Marina. You have the return of all the Marina-isms, all the quirkiness that we saw in the Family Jewels, and then you also have another part of her that's very key in her music is the vulnerable part. You know, I think if I could connect the theme of the album as a whole, the first half of the album is all about empowerment. You know, nothing can take me down. I don't give a F what you think, I'm gonna just speak my mind. And then the second part of the album, it says, you know, it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to have emotions, you know, like she says in the song Highly Emotional People. I think it's perfect that she chose to express those 2 polarities with this album. Alright guys, so that was the much anticipated Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. Let me know what you thought of the album in the comments. If you would like more reactions like this, please like and subscribe to my channel.